Wait and see.
Welcome back to Wait and See. I'm Brian, here with Erica, and today we're breaking down Managed Deep Agents.
That's right, Brian. And this isn't just another automation tool. It completely changes how our product owners deploy support stacks without writing a single line of Python.
Exactly, Erica. So let's dive into why this managed service is eating the lunch of DIY agent frameworks.
Wait, hold up. Before we get into the hype, isn't building an agent just wrapping an API call?
Not even close, Erica. If you just wrap an API, you get a chatbot that hallucinates policies the second a user asks a complex question.
Right, so Managed Deep Agents handles memory and state management for you?
100%. It abstracts the entire graph execution layer, so you don't need to wire LangChain nodes manually.
Okay, that sounds nice, but what does the actual architecture look like under the hood?
It uses a proprietary orchestration engine that maintains conversation state across distributed tool calls.
So if a user asks for a refund, the agent can actually query the Stripe API and execute the logic.
Precisely. The platform comes preloaded with tool templates for Stripe, HubSpot, and Slack that you can activate with a toggle.
But what about the model? Are we locked into GPT 5.5 or can we run open source weights?
That is the best part, Erica. The service doesn't care whose AI is behind the curtain. You can select Llama 4, DeepSeek V4, or GPT 5.5 per project.
That is actually huge. Most Tikin's platforms force you into the expensive proprietary models.
Exactly. We tested running Llama 4 on their GPU cluster, and the response latency stayed under 200 milliseconds.
No way. 200 milliseconds on a managed agent? That's faster than most local setups.
It is because they handle the cold start inference and keep the model warm in the cache for your active sessions.
Okay, I'm sold on the speed, but what about the no-code builder? Is it a toy or a real tool?
It is surprisingly robust. You define your system prompt tool boundaries in a visual editor that outputs a JSON schema.
So a product owner could literally build a triage bot in 5 minutes?
Yes, you upload your knowledge-based PDFs, connect your intercom webhook, and define a hand-off trigger for human agents.
That is the critical feature. If the AI confidence score drops below 80%, it pings a human.
You got it. It prevents those embarrassing support moments where the AI invents a return policy that doesn't exist.
How does the pricing compare to just spinning up a Replit agent or using LangGraph directly?
Managed Deep Agents charges per agent session rather than per token, which actually saves you money on users who ramble.
That makes sense. Token pricing punishes you for long conversations, but session pricing is predictable.
Exactly. For a standard SaaS support volume, their Tier 1 pricing comes out to about 30% less than raw OpenAI API usage.
But Brian, real talk, when would you still choose LangGraph over this?
If you need highly custom logic, like an agent that writes and executes its own JavaScript to solve math problems, stick to code.
So this is for operational automation, not experimental research agents.
Spot on. It is built for product owners who need reliability and uptime over experimental flexibility.
Does it support multimodal input yet, or is it strictly text-based?
As of this week, they added image input support so the bot can analyze screenshots of bug reports.
That is a game changer for technical support. Users never describe bugs correctly anyway.
We have a full guide with the...
Thank you for watching. Subscribe to Wait and See, your signal through the noise of AI.